Now, how do hybridization affect things like bond strength? So example, this is one such question where they ask you to compare the C1, C2 bond over here versus the C4, C5 bond. One thing you'll notice is that both are single bonds. So by right, if both are single bonds, they should have very similar bond strength. But over here, this question is telling us that they are different. In fact, the C1, C2 bond is stronger than the C4, C5 bond. To understand why that happens, we must understand hybridization. The hybridization of C1 is sp3. This is sp2. C4 is sp3 and sp3. In other words, the sigma bond here between C1 and C2 is formed between the sp3 and sp2 hybrid orbital overlap. Okay, whereas the C4 and C5, this one, is formed between the sp3 and sp3 hybrid orbital overlap. Now let's compare between the sp3 and sp2 hybrid orbitals. If we look at this, these are the two s orbitals, these are the two p orbitals. Okay, sp3, sp2, and sp. sp3 orbitals are made up of 1s and 3p orbitals, so therefore the percentage of s in the hybrid orbitals is 25%. Okay, one of the s is divided into 4 hybrid orbitals, so each only has 25% s character. It's the percentage of s character. sp2 is 33.3%, sp will be 50%. Now, because the s orbitals are lower in energy than the p orbitals, it means that the higher your percentage of s character, the more stable your orbital, and therefore the stronger the bond will be. Okay, so therefore you can see that the sp3, sp2 hybrid orbital overlap will have greater percentage of s character. So how do we explain this? We will say that the C1, C2 bond is a head-on overlap between the sp3 and sp2 hybrid orbital, which has higher percentage of s character. Hence, more effective orbital overlap compared to C4, C5, which is a head-on overlap between sp3 and sp3 hybrid orbitals. Okay, so therefore, you need to understand the hybridization will also lead to differences in the bond energy. So if you recall in chemical energetics, we say that the bond energy values in your data booklet are average values. This is what we mean, because the CC bond strength, I think, is, let me double check. Yeah, in the data booklet, the CC bond energy will be 350 kilojoules per mole. That is the average value, but in fact, there are slight differences between CC single bonds because of the hybridization. So this is what we mean when we say that the bond energy value in your data booklet are average values. So this is 1 minute of chemistry. See you the next time.